How's it gone out there this week?
Good. I think they've kids bounced back. It's been a good week of work. It's been it was physical yesterday. Ended up practicing the red ball today, which was tempo. Good against good, which was really good. But I thought it's been a very focused and energetic week.
What are some of the bigger takeaways by watching those two quarterbacks throughout the course of the week?
You're talking about theirs or ours?
Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas. You saw Hicks most of the time. You saw Starkle a little bit. So again, you be prepared for both, but they're both experienced. They played in a bunch of games, so I think you got to be ready for both.
How's Braylon feeling?
He'll be day to day. He's very limited today, but he'll be day to day. Will probably be a game time decision. It's just hamstrings. He can run. He just can't open up and burst quite. But he is getting better, so he'll be right at the game time decision.
Matt, you talked about how they bounced back from Saturday. What was your message to the team?
I think just keep getting better. Just keep working to get better. Teams that end the season better than they start are the ones that are good, and I think that's what we have to continue to do. Let's build on the defensive performance. Offensive guys, we got good enough players. Let's just get it settled down. Let's get the ball to the right spot, get the ball to our playmakers, and let's just go make plays. And I think just keep building that confidence. That sure will be good to be home in front of a home crowd and the SEC home opener. And but the message was, hey, let's just go prepare to win a football game. Everybody's excited on game day, but you got to prepare during the week, and so that was the message.
Coach McNeil talked the other day about finding an eighth guy to get in the rotation on the offensive line. In your mind, who are kind of the candidates for that?
I think Bryce Matthews, Nick Broker. We need Jalen Cunningham, Chandler Tuitt. We need those guys to come on as well. And then you have got Bryce Ramsey kind of pushing some, and just so you're just looking for any combination of some guys to step up there. But I think Nick and Bryce need to play a little bit more to keep everybody fresher.
You mentioned Broker. I mean, you brought him up on Monday as a guy who you want to see play more. How has he responded?
Good. I think he's prepared well. We just got to have the confidence to just stick him in there and let's go. And I think he's obviously a true freshman, but he will continue to get better. There'll be some growing pains like there is with all those guys that play for the first time. But he's a guy that plays the game the way it's supposed to be played, and he will keep continuing to get better. And he's got a bright future.
I hate to word it like this since he's just in his second year, but what's the hold up with Jalen?
You know what? I just think consistency. I think he's a guy that when you watch him in spurts, he's man. But you can't be good and then bad. You got to be consistent. I say we're just working on the consistency. He can do it. I've seen him do it. It's just being able to do it on a very consistent basis.
Darius Thomas looked like he was back out there, at least from what we saw yesterday in the green jersey. Do you have any update on him?
He'll be back to the doctor. They got to do all the tests and everything again, and I'm hopeful that it will be good results and he can start practicing. Obviously, when it comes to the heart, you got to be very, very careful in making sure. But he's obviously a guy that we think can help us. But we got to get the test results back and everything, and hopefully we can move him forward in the next couple of weeks.
What's been the delay with Montrell?
Just a need, not. I think just continuing to get better. He is 4 weeks behind Jalen. 4 or 5. It's depending upon when the first week of the Alabama game when he did it. But it's just taking him a little bit longer. And each individual is different when you come to those ACLs.
Is he close? So you think?
You know what? He hasn't been out there live full speed yet, so I don't know. He's still out there. He is going through the stuff and doing some endo and things like that, but he hasn't cut it loose yet. So I think mentally he's still got a little ways to go before he gets back to full speed.
Is Alex full go now, you think?
I think he is. I think you're still trying to work him to get back into true game shape and being as fast and as good as he can be. But he'll be working. He played 40 snaps last week, and hopefully they'll play 50 or 60 this week.
What are some of the challenges their defensive line presents? I know they got one guy out for a year, 4-man front. Is it similar at all to what you saw last week?
Yeah, it's a 4-man front. They'll play a little bit of bear, play some cover one. That's Coach Chavis. That's what he does. He's not going to change, and he's really good at what he does. They got 2 seniors in there at defensive line that are very, very stout. And Mike linebacker seems like he's been there forever, but very, very good in the middle. And same thing offensively with their quarterbacks and their running backs. So up the middle, they got a lot of experience and are very good.
Was he at Tennessee when you were?
We were together 2 years. Yeah.
What did you pick up from him as a coordinator? He's pretty thorough.
He is. He's just an experienced guy. Been doing a long time. There's nothing there's going to be that he hasn't seen, and he's just an experienced coordinator and been in the battles. Ever since we've been here, whether it be LSU, A&M, Arkansas. He's been through it, and we faced him several times. So a lot of familiarity, but a lot of respect for him, as a person and a coach.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.